What's going on, Reds? Welcome back to another episode of Liverpool Latest. My name is Matt, and I'm so glad you guys are here to join me today. I have a very good video for you, so if you enjoy it, please leave a like on the video, comment down below with your thoughts, and make sure you subscribe because we upload basically every day here at Liverpool Latest. It helps me out, it helps Fan Arch out, so I implore you, please subscribe. So let's get right to it, shall we? Today is Monday that I'm recording this. Yesterday, Sunday, an article dropped by Paul Joyce, and when I saw his name making headways across Liverpool news, I thought to myself, oh boy, we're in trouble. Because the last time I spoke about Paul Joyce, he talked about the whole Mo Salah situation after that one Leeds game. And that was a very, very rough day to talk about. It was an absolute bomb that everyone and their mother seemingly was discussing. Today is much of the same. That said, there is no bias towards anybody and in regards to a controversial situation. If anything, Paul Joyce pretty much narrows down all of Liverpool's problems in a very concise article, in my opinion. It was actually shorter than I would have expected it to be. He could have went on and on if he wanted to. But the fact of the matter is this. We spent $450 million, or euro, because I have to convert it, last summer, right? One of the biggest spending off seasons we probably could have had, to my memory, since becoming a fan of the team. Here's my thing, though. You would think $450 million would basically buy us a championship on paper with the players we acquired. Unfortunately, growing pains are in fact a thing. And the early parts of the season saw nothing but struggle for us to the point where we are at now. Not only did we buy a bunch of players, we didn't properly replace the players we had lost or put on loan. So now we're kind of stuck in limbo, and injuries, of course, will pile up, which means people have to rotate outside of positions that they may be used to. The tactics are all out of whack because of Slot and his coaching. It's a mess. On top of that, let's discuss the transfer portal, shall we? Konate, no idea what's going on with him. All right, he has not reached an agreement, if he reaches an agreement at all, and will most likely be out of the club on a free, which would be a shame. Because I would want something for him if I'm Liverpool, but clearly that's not meant to be. Mark Gahey, someone that we had hoped would have been a day one signing at the beginning of the January transfer portal. After, 14, 15 days into the month, signs with Man City for what seems to be less money that we would think on paper, but let's think about it. He's making $300,000 a week. I don't even make $300,000. I don't think I'll see $300,000 in my lifetime. Never mind a week. So some people are arguing whether or not it was based on getting the money or competing, because a lot of articles talked about how Mark Gahey wanted Liverpool. Clearly, Liverpool did not want him enough to make a decision right away. So, lo and behold, we're in the position we are with that. Giovanni Leone, obviously, he's been hurt long term. Connor Bradley, now also hurt long term. Same thing with Isak, who was our biggest signing of that $450 million that we had gotten. So we are basically in a defensive crisis. We're still kind of in limbo about the left back situation. I think Kirkes has been doing a very good job as of recent, but I still don't know if he's the natural left back that we need him to be. Multiple contracts are expiring in the next year, which is also going to be stressful for us to either re-sign or find new players. The center back position, specifically, with Konate probably being gone at the end of the season, Van Dijk out soon after, so we need to find the proper replacement for him as well. it's a mess. Not to mention the attacking. There's no goals, no output of goals being scored. Salah has been rough, but the AFCON, when he was at AFCON, he was doing quite well for himself. I hope that he comes back to his former self and scores more goals, but still his future is unresolved because we just don't know what's going on. Federico Chiesa, likely gone. I would not expect him to re-sign at the end of the season. Hell, I would expect him. We still have about 11 days left of the month as of right now. I would expect him to be gone sooner, and I would not be shocked in any way, shape, or form. Also, we have no right wing. We have no right wing replacement for Salah once eventually he departs as well. The midfield is a bit more of a fluctuating situation. I think we have a solid midfield at times, but there are moments where I question it depending on who's on the pitch. McAllister probably being amongst them. Gravenberch, I don't know if he's playing the right position for himself right now. I feel like it's different. His performances haven't been standout to me as they were earlier in the season, and I'm not sure if they switched his position from what we were used to seeing, but I don't feel like he makes much of an impact on the game at all, so that's something I've been keen to paying attention to. Curtis Jones. This is one that I would like to touch on and go right into a segue. Curtis Jones is apparently getting interest from Spurs, and that's going to be a problem. I have talked shit about Curtis Jones throughout the course of me doing Liverpool Latest. I don't think he is a spectacular player, but as of right now, he's probably one of the better players we have on the field as it stands. As far as this this version of Liverpool for the last couple of months, he's been easily one of our best guys. Which is shocking to hear me say that. But what I see on the field, dictates backing that up. So I don't want to lose Jones for the sake that, honestly, how many more Scousers do we have left at that point? I think Jones might be the only natural Scouser left on the team that I could think of. So the fact that we lose him, we kind of more or less, I don't want to say lose the identity of the team, but I'm not sure. I truly am not sure. I think it would suck to lose Jones either way. I think he's a good, rotational guy if need be. Again, probably one of our better midfielders over the last month or so. So the fact that Tottenham are now trying to seek interest from him is a little concerning. Whether or not there's any major confirmation about it, I mean, this is Paul Joyce. Usually he has pretty good sources. I would think that this is a legit take, or not a legit take, but a legit news, and that it's something that we have to pay attention to as the months wane on. Something else that Paul Joyce discusses briefly, which I have been seeing a little bit more online as far as reactions to this quote, or in regards to the reaction to the reaction, is the fans booing the team at Anfield, especially this past weekend when we drew against Burnley. Now, I'm not sure about you. If I was in that situation, if I was a member of the crowd, and I see us draw to Burnley in a very winnable game, I would boo the fuck out of them too. Because I think that game just culminates all the frustration we as fans have, and we have every right to feel how we feel about the players on the pitch and the coaching. Clearly the product, which should be good, is not. It's not. So when I hear things that Virgil van Dijk doesn't like fans booing them at home after a match, it bothers him, or whatever exactly the quote was, he's bothered by the fact that the fans are booing. I laugh at shit like that because, one, you're the captain of the team. First of all, why are you making that clear to the fans that are going to read this? And why are you putting it out there that I don't like being booed by my own fans when clearly you've been pretty subpar all season? Like, you've been very lackluster. Better than Konate, but he's also had his fair share of problems that should not go unnoticed on the defensive end. And the fact that he's seen a lot of scrutiny as well for the fact that I don't think he's been doing a very good job captaining this team this season. So when I read quotes online and I'm like, oh, Virgil van Dijk is bothered by fans booing him. Well, no fucking shit. We should be booing you. Look at what the fuck we're watching every week. It's a dumpster fire. It's a literal dumpster fire every single week. Games that we should be winning, we are either barely or drawing. And you're going to tell me we have no right to feel upset, that we feel as fans that we should be seeing a better team right now? Now, I know there's other factors that go into that, but I'm not going to bring up the whole, oh, Diogo Jota died and this and that. And I'm like, much of that stuff is more or less in the past now. To me, it's not an excuse anymore. Earlier in the season, I could be like, okay, they're still kind of reeling from the death of their friend. Maybe they still are to some extent. But I feel like now it's at the point where we got to lock in. It's halfway through the season, more or less, or getting close to 3/4 through the season. It's time to lock in and get some shit done. Clearly, we're not locking in. So, I'm sorry if that sounds very unempathetic of me, but at some point, we got to stop using Diogo Jota's death as an excuse for these guys for playing like shit every week. Because it's not an excuse anymore. They just play like shit. They play like ass, and our coaching has been very lackluster as far as tactics and formation and just overall output when it comes to goals. And on the defensive end, we are just completely in a mess because we have no idea who's going to be playing, or we know who's going to be playing every week, but we have no idea who's going to replace the players who are playing every week, who are probably killing themselves right now because they have to play full 90 minutes every 3 or 4 days out of the week because of other competitions. So, excuse me if me as a fan, I'm at a game that I paid money for, and I know it's never guaranteed a win or a lose, but Burnley should be a guaranteed win any day of the week. And the performance that we have had against Burnley, the first half, fine. Second half, It's getting to the point where the fans are frustrated. So the fact that Van Dijk is out here saying that I don't like to be booed, or I don't like the fans booing us when we're going off the field, maybe you should just play better, bro. Maybe you should just play better. Maybe you should be a leader and stand up here and say, hey, listen, something's fucked up right now still, and we're not fixing it. I don't think he's doing a good job of that. I think he's been doing a very poor job of that this season. I can read all the articles about, Liverpool have had talks about in the locker room, and they've had hour-long talks about what's going on with the team, and so on and so forth, and yada, 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 and still nothing gets done. It's the same product every week. The formula can change all at once, or the formula can change all at once, but it seems like we are going to get the same result regardless of what the team tries to do. And I think that comes down to leadership, and Van Dijk is at the top of that leadership. So he should just get used to it at this point, because frankly, I think that's a really, excuse my language, I feel like that's a really pussy way to look at things, where it's like, I don't like being booed by the fans when I'm coming off the field. Well, maybe fucking play better, bro. Maybe grow a fucking spine. Because clearly, this team has no fucking structural spine right now. It's just a bunch of players on the field, and it all starts at the very top with Baldy. Okay? Let me calm down a little bit here. Let me give you my final segment of the day. Sadio Mane, Liverpool icon, part of the legendary three with Salah, And Firmino, I miss Bobby so much right now. I really do. He has won the AFCON tournament along with Senegal. He was also named, I think, the most valuable player of the tournament, which I get that they probably would award it to the winning team, but I don't know, man. I think Salah was up there too. And if he was, if it was up there, it was like 1 and 2, maybe someone in between or in there in the top 3. Yeah, I think. Yeah, Mane getting player of the tournament, especially when he didn't score a goal that game against Morocco. I don't know. I question it a little bit, but I guess they're going off overall performance throughout the course of the AFCON tournament. So now they have won. He's a 2-time AFCON winner. Congratulations to him. I've been seeing conversations about the fact that he, married a younger woman because of the religion of Islam and all that stuff. I've been seeing people talk about that a whole lot. So taking out the personal side of it, and I'm looking at what the product is on the football field. Not that I excuse the other thing, but I feel like people are trying to use it as a way to dunk on him, whether they agree with it or not. I'm going to sit here and say it's a very good achievement for him that he's won this tournament. And I would have liked it to be Mo Salah, and I would have hoped that Mo Salah would have won, but at the end of the day, it wasn't meant to be. If it wasn't going to be one Liverpool icon, or in this case, Liverpool legend, I would hope it would have been someone like Sadio Mane, who is part of that big front 3 that we had for quite a few years. So, congratulations to Senegal. I look forward to seeing them. I think they're going to be in the World Cup this year. I'm pretty sure. If they're not, I'd be shocked, because the fact that they're winning the AFCON, I feel like that should kind of qualify for that in some capacity, but what do I know? I don't know all the competitions. I don't know all the structure of how the World Cup works outside of the qualification games that they have. But either way, great, very, very great tournament. Very great. Honestly, I didn't watch any of the games, but just reading about them, I was very entertained by the reactions I would see from people online. So some of these games are absolutely crazy. I think I got to pay a little bit more to African football, if I'm being honest with you, because some of the way African football is played is nuts compared to something like European, or hell, I got to start getting into a lot more versions of football. I got to look into South America. I got to look into Central America, La Liga, Serie A, Bundesliga, stuff like that. So I gotta do a lot more education on myself. If only I had more options to find ways to watch. But either way, congratulations once again to Senegal. It was a fun tournament to pay attention to, and I look forward to seeing what they can do if they are in the World Cup this year, coming to the U.S. Thank you so much for watching today's video, Liverpool Latest. I appreciate you being here. Please leave a like and comment your thoughts down below. Whether you agree, disagree, let's have a civilized discourse here in the comments section. And if you liked what you saw, be sure to subscribe so you never miss an upload every single day. My name is Matt, and just know, if you're a part of Liverpool Latest, you'll never walk alone.